home.
Oh, yes. I haul butt home and swap out cars and run and safely make it back as fast as I can, of course. Because you just got the mentality like, I saw treasure, I got to get it first before somebody else does and drives by and picks it up. But it has happened where I go back and it's gone.
Welcome to the Next Big Flip podcast, where it's not just about flipping for profit, but flipping for purpose. I'm your host, LaJuan Diggs, author of The Craigslist Hustle and 20 Years a Flipper. Whether it's furniture, fashion, or just your mindset, we're here to help you take what you have and make it work. From everyday hustlers to unexpected side gigs, you'll hear real stories, real strategies, and maybe even find your next big flip. The one that gets you to your next moment. The next big flip. Let's get it. So on her online profile, I'm looking at on TikTok, and I'm also looking at her Instagram, which she has quite a few followers on both, but it says giving your treasured finds a second chance. Also mentions furniture restoration, makeovers, repair shop, therapeutic art, and event host. Now, Vanessa Garcia, does that pretty much sum you up in this season of your life?
You know what? In a nutshell, yes, it does.
It sounds like you have a lot going on, and so you wear many hats. Which one do you enjoy the most? And that may be a hard question for you.
You know what it is? It's like asking me to pick my favorite color. Well, I can't just pick one. I love them all. But if I had to pick out of all the things that I do, I would say the furniture restoration. It's the before and after, because for me, it's not just furniture. The furniture is also kind of symbolic of myself. I see curbside abandonments and I feel like I was tossed to the side. You know, it kind of plays into my childhood traumas that I kind of had to work through, and the furniture flipping helped because each furniture that I restored and I saved and I took from alleys being thrown out on trash day and I gave them new life, I felt restored. I felt renewed. I felt like I was given a second chance. So each piece of furniture healed me.
That is interesting. As I interview more guests who actually do the furniture flipping, I'm hearing that a lot more, that this process is more than just restoring a piece of furniture, but it also resembles, like you just said, something that may have needed restoring in your life. And a lot of you all just take this like so serious to the point that it's meaningful as you're putting your whole heart into the process.
Absolutely. It's definitely a connection and a deeper meaning to just flipping furniture, just sanding wood. It's not just sanding. You're giving new purpose, new life to something that would have been discarded.
That's so beautiful. Now, Vanessa, you say they call you Sunflower. So just tell us a little bit about yourself, where you are, and all of that good stuff.
So the whole sunflower thing came from a loss. I had my grandfather passed away in 2016, and it kind of just started a whole spiritual awakening with me. And so my husband took me on a camping trip, and this business idea, Sunflower Haven Upcycling, was born in the middle of Sequoia National Forest on a camping trip with my family because I was grieving very hard. We didn't know what to do. So we were like, you know what, let's just get away. Let's go to nature. And I really was doing some soul searching out there with the wood and the trees and all this glorious beauty that we have here in California. So I really was soaking it in and was asking myself some really hard questions, some deep questions about what did I want to do now. I went and quit my job in the medical field. I worked for orthopedic surgery and workers' compensation for almost 11 years. Like, what was I going to do now? And it just came to me, just do everything that sparks you joy and makes you happy. So it took me back to my core, my childhood. I used to play with little wooden furniture that you could buy at Toys R Us. That definitely dates me. Toys R Us is 80 kids. And they had a little cherry wood collection. I was raised by my grandparents. They didn't have a lot of money to buy me the cool toys, the electronic toys that light up. So we would get the wooden toy furniture and I'd play like with the little doll houses. So it kind of sparked from my childhood. I just went back and did everything that sparked my joy, and it just ended up in furniture being my canvas of choice.
Wow. And you just brought back a lot of memories as well when you mentioned Toys R Us. A lot of the young
Yes.
adults and children today would not understand what it felt like to go into a
You just
store.
don't
You
know.
don't.
Yeah, Toys R Us.
Yeah, see all your favorite toys that your parents couldn't afford, and you're like, oh, if I only I could get this. And so yeah, Toys R Us.
Yeah, I wanted the Polly Pockets, but we couldn't afford Polly Pockets. We got cherry wood furniture.
Hey, Cherry, hey, nothing wrong with that at all. But as I just look at, even I talk to some thrifters now who are going out and finding some of these older, like Garbage Pail Kids and just some of the old toys that we
Yeah.
used to play with, and they are going for big bucks on eBay, which is crazy.
Absolutely. I've been looking for Princess PJ Sparkle. She was a doll that would light up and she had like all these magical gems on her. And I had seen a video, a TikTok of, nostalgia toys. And she happened to be there. I was like, wow, this just triggered so many memories. And yeah, you could definitely find her at Toys R Us.
And I thought they was trying to make a comeback a few years ago. I guess that didn't go as well. But Toys R Us, so
Yeah, I
you
was
all,
hoping.
I'm hoping too. So what? How did you get introduced to the idea of flipping or reselling?
Well, I grew up with a single mom and grandparents, so money was tight, and it was kind of how we made it work. Our house was it was all Beverly Hills alley searches and scores is honestly what it was. My mom at the time, she was really young, so we would go out there and pull furniture from the alley. My grandpa was a DIY man, so he just fixed everything from trinkets to furniture to anything that needed to be designed. He kind of just figured it out. And so that kind of just influenced me to be a DIYer.
Wow. And so as I'm hearing this, so like they used to have the show, what, Beverly Hills 90210. So you're saying that your family would actually go into some of these neighborhoods and you could find furniture
Yeah,
like in the alleys?
in their alleys. Uh-huh.
What do you think that's still a thing today? Maybe.
Oh, absolutely. Just a few years ago, I worked out in Beverly Hills for one of the doctors. And on my way home, I would pick up treasures, chairs, rocking chairs, nightstands. I mean, they throw out so many things. You just really got to drive around and make sure you don't have security cars following you.
Right, right, right. Now, Vanessa, do not be surprised if I hit you up behind the scenes and ask, could you take me on one of these tours? Because as I do
Oh,
this
I'd love
road
to.
show, I am going all over the country, and that is fascinating to just hear that people are throwing out furniture in Beverly Hills that you can restore.
Oh yeah, all over the place. You'd be surprised. I'm driving my kids around town and we have alleys here and my neck just automatically turns because I know there's always a treasure to be found.
Yeah, we're going to talk after this podcast. Now, as we talk about the alleyways of Beverly Hills, where do you usually find some of your best items? Is it thrift stores, garage sales, Facebook Marketplace?
You'd be surprised. It's actually curbside finds. I have been fortunate enough to not have to have an overhead as many times, where I don't have to go into Goodwill, the thrift stores. There's a lot of word of mouth with my business out in my community. So I have actually a lot of people reaching out to me at this point. But it did take a couple of years to get there. But in the beginning, it was more sourcing myself, like getting out there, hitting the ground, looking through neighborhoods, driving around on yard sales, because honestly, I couldn't afford to buy anything and take a risk that it may or may not sell, as we all know is a risk in this industry.
That's true. That's true. So curbside finds are still a great go-to for you today.
Absolutely.
Nice. Now, how do you know if something is even worth flipping? You as you drive past it and you stop and look at it, do you have any tips for beginners to spot value?
So personally, yes, I stick to wood furniture. I do not take anything that's particle board, anything that's more modern look. The quality is just different from when vintage and antique furniture was made. Now it's more fast furniture, fast designs. And so I do limit myself to solid wood furniture, either from certain dates, vintage, anything like 70s and down, mid-century modern. I try and just make sure that it's real wood. I'll take out the drawers. You can always tell if it's dovetail, how it's put together, just little things to look for like that.
So walk me through the process because real wood is very heavy. So do you have like a van, a truck? Do you take a
I
person with
do. I
you?
have multiple vehicles. So my husband has a 1965 Chevy C10 that we use for bigger items. We have a SUV that we use for more convenience, because he's the only one that can drive the classic Chevy. So I stick to the SUV. So we do have multiple things, and I've been known to throw things in my fancy car. So in my everyday car, nothing will stop me. So it's literally whatever I'm driving, I'll make it fit.
Now, have you ever been out in, let's say, your fancy car and you saw an item that you knew wouldn't fit, and you're like, I got to hurry up and get back to this item, and you go and
Oh,
get,
yes. I haul butt home and swap out cars and run and safely make it back as fast as I can, of course. Because you just got the mentality like, I saw treasure, I got to get it first before somebody else does and drives by and picks it up. But it has happened where I go back and it's gone.
wow. So other people are out probably doing the same thing that you're doing
Oh
as
yeah.
well.
Oh yeah. There's times where if I'm full on my storage, I will call other furniture upcyclers that are local here. I'll shoot them a picture or we'll put it on our social media because these are treasures that us as furniture restorers and flippers, I believe I can speak for all that we want them to restore it. It's like, don't throw it away. We could do something with this, give it new purpose or restore it.
And that's what's so cool about doing what we do. There is enough to go around for everybody. It's no need to hold out and say, I'm not going to tell anybody about this. There's enough to go around. And
No.
so when you just said that you actually tell other people about items that you're not able to, take in yourself, that's beautiful.
Yeah, well, collaborations happen at the top, is what I believe.
Nice, nice. Like I'm just sitting here taking mental notes, writing it all down because I love doing it. I love this show because not only am I a host, but I'm also a student and I'm learning. And so let me ask you, when it comes to like the furniture flipping process, what's one of the things that you enjoy doing between sanding and painting or stripping paint, or is there a process that you enjoy more than another one?
You know, for me, it's really the before and after that has me on a chokehold,
Yeah.
to be honest. I really live for that transformation. Just the before and the after
Yeah.
of what it was and where it ended up is beautiful.
And I agree. And it's interesting how you all can take a 10-hour process and break it down into 45 seconds and have us just like, wow, I want to do that now on the social media clip.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I get inspired a lot by actually that's how I found your podcast is I was wowed by the process of other people doing it. I was like, "Oh my God, I want to try that."
That's awesome. Now, it's one thing to want to try it, but what's another thing that actually inspired you to start sharing your flipping journey with others on social media?
If it helped me heal, it can help other people heal too. And I believe that that kind of knowledge and change should be shared.
And that's big. That is so big because a lot of people do need healing and they find it in different ways. And as I'm hearing, like I said, with you and with other guests, just restoring furniture is bringing a lot of healing to individuals. And so those of you all who are out here listening and may have been, on the fence about trying something like this, give it a try. You just never know what might be healed within you that needed to be healed. So thank you for sharing that. Over the next few weeks, I'll be visiting some of my amazing guests right in their element, from South Carolina to California and everywhere in between. We'll be thrifting, flipping, and capturing the behind-the-scene moments you don't get to hear in the studio. You'll get tips, tricks, and real-life inspiration straight from the people making their own next big flip stories happen. Now is the perfect time to hit the subscribe button so you'll be the first to know when the very first episode drops. And don't worry, I'll still bring you great audio episodes for your listening pleasure. But now, you'll also get to see the stories, the smiles, and the flips that keep us all inspired. So get ready, because this journey is all about showing you that your next big flip might be closer than you think. And now, let's get back to the interview where I asked Vanessa to share with me one of her next big flip moments. And what's one flip that you might have felt like was a next big flip moment for you? And not necessarily something that brought you a lot of profit, but one that really helped you to keep going and say, you know what, I'm doing the right thing.
Oh, the satisfaction. There was this mid-century modern dresser. It was a tall dresser that I was referred to by one of our local stores. The customer wanted it to be restored. She attempted it in the beginning. She tried, you could tell she tried, but it was just too much for her. So she reached out, needed some help, and it was, I mean, a full restoration. The wood was in gorgeous condition. It just needed to be stripped and restained. That's all. And for some reason, I felt a lot of pressure with this because I'm like, okay, she took the time to try it herself and she just got to the point where it's like, I can't do it. I felt a little pressure, like I have to deliver. I have to do this for her. I have to make her vision a reality. So I looked into different products, trying to give her the best results of what she wanted. And it just really made me reconnect with why it is that I do. It's not just painting furniture, it's the restoration process that I truly love. It's the wood grain. I'm a tree hugger, so it's like I love the trees, the
Yeah.
wood, and being able to keep it intact and authentic in its raw state is it was beautiful. It was a beautiful experience, and they were so happy with the result at the end. I was even wowed myself that I did that work. I couldn't believe that I did that.
And you describe it so eloquently as I'm closing my eyes and just visualizing everything that you're saying, and I'm just smiling. I'm like, wow, I can only imagine what that piece turned out to look like.
Oh yeah, there is definitely pictures we could share later on because it was gorgeous.
Now, let me ask you, what's something you wish you may have, you wish you knew earlier about flipping that might have saved you some time or money, if anything?
Oh gosh, because I did start from a very humble standpoint. I didn't have the luxury of all the fancy tools and stuff. But one thing I wish I would have known is about that little scraper bar. I've been seeing it lately on a lot of videos, and it would have saved me a lot of time and my lungs, of course, with
Right.
the citrus strip or other, chemical strippers that we use. Sometimes you just want to be able to get in and not have to wait for the process of chemicals. So I wish I would have known about that scraper bar because it is on my list to buy next.
And I've been seeing a lot of that as well. And so a few of the last guests that I visited had that scraper bar. And of course, I added it to my website and some other places. But that's a pretty cool little tool, right?
It is. I didn't even know it existed.
It's so much out here. And that's what I love about just meeting different furniture flippers who share their different tools and things that help them along the way, because we all learn something. And so you got to go and get your scraper bar today, Vanessa.
Sure will.
Now, do you have any projects that you're currently working on that you're excited to see from start to finish?
Oh, yes. We have endless projects here. So I currently have a nightstand set that was gifted to me after a customer, I guess, passed away. So their house was left with tons of furniture. And I was fortunate enough to be gifted a couple of their pieces. Now, this particular set I've been holding on to for at least 2 years because it has very unique hardware on it. The hardware is music notes.
Huh.
And I've never seen anything like this. And I was waiting for the right vision to come to me. So finally, I decided, you know what? I'm going to keep the natural wood on the outside, restore the music notes, but I'm going to add some kind of lyric music note sheet to the inside of the drawers to give it that little pop.
Wow. And so, as I'm listening to you, my mind is always just going a million miles an hour as I talk to my guests with so many ideas. Now, I'm from Nashville, Tennessee, and they call it Music City. Now, are you willing to ship furniture, or do you only sell locally?
At the time, I do only sell local because I honestly haven't figured out how to ship furniture yet. I want to keep it economical for my customers because that's one of the biggest focal points for me is keeping it economical. I know we can charge a hand and a foot if we really wanted to, but coming from a humble beginning, I want to make this an option for everybody. So as soon as I can figure out, or if anybody has any solutions for affordable shipping within the US, I'm open to it because right now it's just local.
What's your website where people can find you? Because maybe somebody will actually reach out to you and give you some options.
So you can actually email us at sunflowerhavenupcycling@gmail.com, and we welcome all feedback on the shipping.
Nice. And I'm going to also link all of your social media as well within the podcast interview. So if anybody has some tips on how she can actually ship for an affordable rate, please reach out, because in my mind, I'm seeing this piece of furniture that you're talking about with the music notes. And I'm like, ooh, what if you did like a Taylor Swift theme? There are so many Taylor Swift fans out there, and you put something in them drawers that says anything about Taylor Swift. they would love to purchase it.
It could be the lyrics to her songs.
It could be, and that would be like a awesome process to watch on social media as you continue to finish
Yeah, I
this
mean, I
piece.
print all my own stuff, so I could definitely figure out how to print Taylor Swift lyrics on tissue paper.
And I hope to see it. I really do. And so that's beautiful. Now let me ask you. I'm a big travel guy. I love traveling. You yourself, is there anywhere that you have maybe a bucket list place that you would like to travel, or some places that you've been that have inspired your journey as a furniture flipper?
Solvang. Oh gosh, Solvang has so much art. I went to study for patterns. I was looking for pattern inspiration, things to kind of, creative flow kind of thing.
Right.
And they have so much art, colors, textures, patterns. There's nature. They have a sunflower farm out there. So I did take a lot of inspiration from out there.
So this is Solvang, California. Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
Okay, yeah, I had to look it up myself. I'm like, where's Solvang? Is that a country? Is that a city?
Yeah,
So
Solvang, California is wine country, actually.
really?
Yes, wine country. It's very beautiful. Lots of rolling hills, lots of vineyards, lots of beautiful trees and nature. It's gorgeous.
Wow. Now
But
that
there's also a lot of antique stores and thrifting stores.
now, do you ever go there just for that? Like,
Yes, I do. I will go specifically to little towns, like old towns, coastal places to look for furniture inspiration, pieces, decor, anything.
that's nice. And I'm just still caught up on just earlier in the conversation how you said you find the majority of your stuff curbside, which lets me know that you can actually do this business for free outside of the time you put into it and the products that you have to buy, but you're actually just finding stuff on the curb, which is still a big thing to me.
Yeah, sometimes we just got to think outside the box and travel outside your city. You never know what you'll find. There's been times where I see something on Marketplace and I've driven to that city and it's on the curb.
Wow. And so, to my listeners out there, you do not have to invest a lot of money with the initial item that you start using for your flip. You can actually just find it on the side of the road in Marketplace, Facebook. People are giving away furniture all the time. But for Vanessa, and hopefully I get to visit her, we're going to go out on the streets and just show you how much furniture is actually out there for people to get.
I can't wait to take you treasure hunting.
Treasure hunting with Sunflower. Look, I'm writing it all down, and you may be laughing, but I'm serious.
Oh, I'm all smiles over here. I can't wait.
That's beautiful. Now, let me ask you, Vanessa, is there a book or a podcast or a tool that you might have stumbled across along in your flipping journey that you may can recommend to someone listening?
YouTube. I highly recommend YouTube. I have multiple YouTube PhDs. I have attended YouTube University since 2016, and I can't tell you how knowledgeable a lot of these people that are on there. They really take the time. You can find short attention span videos, or you can find really detailed videos. It just depends like what you need. The knowledge is there.
Awesome. And I love YouTube as well. I have a couple of PhDs and I dropped out of a couple of classes along the way. I've done it all. I've done it all. Now, let me ask you from a parent standpoint, let's say someone who has children and they want to get them involved at an early age, maybe 5, 6, 7 years old, or, in their teenage years. What's something that you can teach your children as an initial process? Because you said you started out early with one of your parents just going along. What's something that maybe some parents can do to get their kids started?
Let them be involved.
Okay.
Don't be afraid to teach them or to hand them the hammer. Just guide them. I did that with my kids. This isn't their thing, but I still think that it's good to have knowledge. You never know when it might come in handy. And throughout the years, they've been warming up to it where they're asking a little bit more questions. Now I went from a woman-run business to a family-owned business because my kids, they assist me either in the design process, marketing, or with deliveries. My son is my assistant for delivery. He he's the muscle. He picks up the heavy things mama can't, even though I'm pretty strong, but definitely make your kids a part of it. My husband is my salesman. He's really good at closing out those sales that I might be like, no, I just want to give him a discount because,
Right.
I'm the artist. I have no overhead. So there's been times where I have been known to give things away, and that's okay because, it's for a good cause. But definitely involve your kids. Let them see what hard work it takes for you to get from where you started to where you may be now. And you might motivate them. You never know.
That's good. Now, so do you actually have a brick and mortar, or do you do everything out of your garage?
I am inside of a store inside of our local mall. My furniture is featured along with my DIY furniture dollhouse kits. So I took big furniture and I made it into little hobby kits for everybody because a lot of people want to do what I do but don't have the space, don't have the time. They don't want to really get invested into it. It just wants to be a hobby. But I'm home based,
Nice, nice. Now, what
so I don't
mall?
have a brick and mortar.
Okay, no problem. What mall are you at, just in case somebody wanted to come check
We
you
are
out?
inside of Antelope Valley Mall inside of Palmdale, California.
Nice. Now, let me ask you as we get ready to land the plane here, is there any advice you would give someone who may be hesitant about starting a side hustle? What's one small thing or step someone could take this week just to get started?
Just do it. If it scares you, do it. That's where the growth lies. We're never going to get better if we stay in our comfort bubble.
Just do it. If it scares you, just do it. That right there is a valuable piece of information, and a lot of my guests have said the same thing. So to those of you all who are out there, if you are hesitant about starting a side hustle journey, whether in thrifting, flipping, or reselling something, just do it. Next Big Flip Podcast.